Marshall Mathers, better known as Eminem, is one of hip-hop's most iconic and enduring figures. It's what makes him so captivating. It isn't just raw talent, lyrical prowess, or ability to tell stories. It's his use of personas. Though in the craft and identities of Eminem, Slim Shady, and Marshall Mathers, he creates layered and compelling and at times conflicting narrative that keeps his audience hooked and engaged. And today we are breaking down each of Eminem's personas to explore how they interact and how they shine, and together how they make up an absolute masterclass of personal branding. First, let's just get a clear picture of these personas, for each one has something different at the table, serving as both separate and interconnected aspects of Marshall's psyche. You see, Slim Shady, we're going to start with him, because he's the most iconic and really just outrageously. He's Eminem's most chaotic and rebellious side. He's unapologetically outrageous, violent, darkly humorous, and unpredictable. Slim Shady says the things that no one else dares to, and often is pushing boundaries to their absolute limit. Not other than that, but Slim Shady has some absolute banger songs like My Name Is, Guilty Conscience, and of course, the real Slim Shadys. They just showcase his full persona at just complete Mach 4 force, where Slim Shady is satirical and thrives on shocking the audience, lacing dark humor with societal critique and very sometimes offensive terms that really just lock you in, on sometimes making him that person where you kind of want to punch him in the face, but you also just can't stop listening to these songs. And then moving on from Slim Shady, we have, well, the Eminem persona. It's the persona that's serious, reflective, and intensely driven side of Marshall Mathers. Eminem embodies the artist at his core, intensely focused on his craft, and often addressing themes of survival, hardship, and the unglamorous journey to the top. He has some bangers as well, like tracks like Lose Yourself, Till I Collapse, and Not Afraid, who just show this side at its most intense and determined, with a focused grit, hustle, and absolute resilience. And then we just move straight over to Marshall Mathers, and Marshall Mathers is just the man behind the persona, the vulnerable real-life individual. This side is introspective, tackling deeply personal issues like his family struggles, addiction, and the battles with mental health that he's had. Songs like Cleaning Out My Closet, Mockingbird, and Headlights reveal a raw, emotional side to Marshall Mathers, speaking directly to his life experiences without the filter of either Slim Shady or Eminem. All these three in just composition makes it for such a thrilling storytelling almost for every single song he releases, because you don't really know how he's going to tackle the topic, because there's just three complete opposites of all three of each other, except for Marshall Mathers, who of course is just the man behind all the emotions, everything, an open book to his audience and his fans. It's truly just genius. And we're going to be moving into how these personas really interplay with each other and make for this absolute genius market strategy of just personal marketing. You see, Eminem's skillful blending and just contrasting of his personas make his music feel like a continuous evolving story, by letting each persona speak in different songs. So even within the same song, he creates drama, depth, and attention that makes listeners feel invested in this journey. You have songs like The Way I Am, where Eminem addresses the pressures and frustrations of fame, presenting an Eminem who's just at his wit's end and demands being a celebrity. Slim Shady occasionally just appears in this video with his dark, rebellious energy, tempting Eminem to just lash out at the industry and the critics, and sometimes even possibly his fans. You see, in this song, we see Eminem the artist and Slim Shady the rebel colliding. Eminem just wants to be taken seriously, but Slim Shady just craves this chaos, paradox that fans just find captivating. I definitely know I did. And then just moving on to the song, My Darling. And in My Darling, Slim Shady is like almost a devil on Eminem's shoulder. He's enticing him back into a life of chaos and self-destruction. And Eminem, of course, fights against this, trying to avoid the reckless side of Slim Shady. But it's an entire inner battle that just keeps resurfacing in a lot of his songs. This track is like an internal tug of war, showing Eminem's struggle to control his own darker impulses and keep Shady at bay. It's an incredibly narrative tool that just brings listeners right into his inner conflict that happens within the person himself. And I know we're going at Mark 4 here, guys, but then we're going into just Bad Guy, which was the sequel to Stan, a hit in itself. And in Bad Guy, the song opens with Matthew Mitchell, the brother of Stan from Stan, seeking revenge on Eminem. And Eminem himself appears as the main target, dealing with the consequences of his own fame and his impact on fans. You see, this song layers Eminem's personas, with Slim Shady almost being blamed for the violent obsession his fans have developed, and Eminem grappling with the responsibility he feels as an artist, and more importantly, a reflection on the effects of its own fame, because whilst we do understand it, he understands that it affects people in different kinds of way, whether it is inspirational, fear-driven, it just affects his fans. And now we're just going to take a look at the peak of each persona. And to take a look at the peak of each persona, we must first understand them and where they shine the brightest and make the strongest impact. You see, Slim Shady's peak performance was actually the real Slim Shady. And in the real Slim Shady's chaotic energy is just everywhere, calling out pop culture, mocking the media, and stirring controversy. This is a high energy, audacious performance where Slim Shady just embraces his role as the anti-hero. And Slim Shady's peak isn't just about being funny or rebellious, it's about exposing the absurdities of fame and celebrity culture while simultaneously just reveling in it. This blend of irony and mischief just kept his fans absolutely captivated throughout the entire song. And then you have Eminem's peak performance, Lose Yourself, and Lose Yourself captures Eminem's most intense persona, delivering a message of persistence, resilience, and dedication to the craft. This song just shows Eminem at his most focused and determined, and it's no wonder it actually won an Academy Award. Because Eminem, the artist, is just at his peak here. He's not in for fame or money, he's in to leave a legacy. And this raw dedication resonates with audiences on a deep, universal level. And then we're just moving on to just the absolutely iconic Mockingbird, which was Marshall Mathers' absolute peak performance, where Marshall Mathers just steps out from behind his personas and addresses his own family struggles and guilt as a father. The vulnerability that he opens up and shows here is just compelling, because in this track, Marshall strips away all facades and gives fans a raw look into his personal life. Fans see the man behind Slim Shady and Eminem, which adds depth to this character and just builds a more powerful connection with his fans. And then, of course, Eminem's multi-layered personas aren't just an act. They're a dynamic strategy that just keeps fans engaged and invested in his journey. And well, here's how. The interplay of his personas creates a constant narrative of evolution. Eminem is never static. There's always internal conflict, whether it's Slim Shady challenging him, or Eminem trying to hold on, or Marshall struggling with fame and family. This constant evolution and conflicts makes fans feel like they're watching an ongoing drama unfold when listening to these songs, with new revelations and inner battles emerging all the time. And then you of course have Marshall Mathers, the man behind the persona that makes him relatable. His openness and addiction, fame and family struggle just gives fans someone to root for. And it's this relatability through vulnerability. By letting fans see Marshall's struggles, Eminem just creates a persona, a connection where they see him as human, with real pains and flaws. And just Slim Shady as well, with his entertainment and just escapism throughout him, offers an escape for fans who wants to rebel, laugh, to hear something outlandish. He provides an outlet for dark humor and societal criticism. Eminem's music isn't just unpredictable and entertaining, it's sometimes shocking to what Slim Shady says. And with Slim Shady, fans get the funhouse mirror version of Marshall's world, giving them a space to let loose and enjoy the chaos, which I'm pretty sure they even says in one of his songs. And then there's just the artistic integrity with Eminem, because Eminem embodies the artist, the fighter, and the perfectionist, appealing to fans who respect his dedication to his craft. Eminem's intensity and focus inspire fans to persevere through their own challenges. He's a reminder that hard work, no matter the odds, can lead to just absolute greatness. So here you have it. Eminem's personas are more than just characters. They're powerful tools for storytelling, connection, and just personal branding by embodying different sides of himself. The rebel Slim Shady, the determined Eminem, and the vulnerable Marshall Mathers. He creates a compelling and ever-evolving narrative that keeps fans engaged and invested. It's an absolute masterclass in branding, proving that when done right, authenticity, creativity, and complexity can make an artist not only unforgettable, but absolutely legendary. Now please, thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on who your favorite Eminem persona is. I would love to see it.